Have you ever had someone who used to talk to you regularly, reply quickly, and seem genuinely interested in you, suddenly become distant? Their messages become shorter. Conversations feel different. They stop initiating contact. And you may find yourself asking, what did I do? The surprising part is that distance does not always mean dislike, rejection, or betrayal. Sometimes, the reason has more to do with what is happening inside the other person than with you. In this video, we'll break this behavior down into 6 psychological lessons. We'll look at emotional changes, social pressure, misunderstandings, personal boundaries, changing relationships, and finally, the deeper reason people sometimes pull away without explaining why. Stay until the final step, because it can completely change how you interpret someone's sudden distance. And if you enjoy understanding the psychology behind everyday human behavior, like this video, subscribe to Human Behavior Secrets and turn on notifications. Let's begin. Step 1. Their emotional state may have changed. One possible reason someone becomes distant is simply that something has changed in their emotional life. People sometimes withdraw when they feel stressed, overwhelmed, disappointed, anxious, or emotionally tired. Instead of explaining what they are experiencing, they may reduce conversations and spend more time alone. For example, imagine a friend who normally calls you every evening. Suddenly, they stop calling and barely respond to messages. It is easy to assume they are angry with you. But another explanation could be that they are dealing with pressure at work, family problems, financial concerns, or emotional exhaustion. This is why distance should not immediately be interpreted as a personal attack. But there is another layer. Step 2. The relationship may have changed. Sometimes people become distant because their feelings about a relationship have changed. This does not necessarily mean they hate you. Human relationships naturally change as people's priorities, interests, values, and circumstances change. A friendship that once felt very close may gradually become less important to one person. Someone may start a new relationship, enter a different social circle, change jobs, or simply develop different priorities. The difficult part is that people do not always communicate these changes clearly. So you may experience the distance before you understand the reason behind it. And this is where another psychological factor becomes important. Step 3. They may be avoiding an uncomfortable conversation. Some people find direct communication difficult. If they feel uncomfortable, disappointed, or unsure about a relationship, they may create distance instead of having a difficult conversation. This can happen because confrontation feels emotionally threatening to them. Avoidance can feel easier than saying, something about this relationship has changed. For the person on the receiving end, however, silence creates uncertainty. You may replay old conversations, search for mistakes, and wonder what you did wrong. But remember, someone's avoidance does not automatically prove that you caused the problem. Sometimes it tells you more about their communication style than about your worth. Step 4. Social pressure can change behavior. People do not behave in isolation. Their social environment can influence how they interact with us. A person may become more distant because of a new friendship group, a romantic partner, workplace dynamics, or pressure from people around them. For example, someone who used to spend a lot of time with you may enter a new social circle and gradually adjust their behavior to fit that group. This does not necessarily mean the new people told them to reject you. Social belonging can simply change where someone spends their attention and energy. And sometimes, the change happens because of something much more personal. Step 5. They may feel misunderstood or uncomfortable. Another possibility is that something in the relationship has made the person uncomfortable. Maybe there was an argument that was never properly resolved. Maybe they felt ignored, criticized, pressured, or misunderstood. You might not have intended to create that feeling, but people respond to how they experience interactions, not only to what we intended. This is where emotional intelligence becomes important. Instead of immediately thinking, why are they treating me like this? You can also ask, has anything changed between us? If the relationship matters, a calm conversation may reveal something you never noticed. But there is one final lesson that connects everything together. Step 6. Distance is information, not a verdict on your worth. When someone suddenly becomes distant, the natural reaction is often to chase an explanation. You send another message. You ask mutual friends what happened. You replay every conversation. You start wondering whether you are not interesting enough, valuable enough, or good enough. but their distance is information about the relationship at that moment. It is not automatically a verdict on your value as a person. Healthy self-respect means being willing to notice changes without immediately panicking. You can communicate clearly. You can ask whether something is wrong. You can apologize if you genuinely made a mistake. And you can give someone space when they need it. But you do not have to repeatedly chase someone who consistently chooses distance. So, have you ever experienced someone suddenly becoming distant from you? And did you eventually discover why? Remember these 4 ideas. First, distance can have many causes. Second, behavior must be understood in context. Third, communication is better than guessing. And finally, another person's withdrawal does not automatically determine your worth. The next time someone becomes distant, pause before creating a story in your mind. Observe the pattern, consider the context, communicate when appropriate, and protect your self-respect. Sometimes people pull away because something changed inside them. Sometimes something changed between you. And sometimes, you may never know the full reason. What matters is how wisely you respond. If this video helped you understand human behavior in a different way, like the video, subscribe to Human Behavior Secrets, turn on notifications, and share your experience in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.